Hey everyone, we are going to remake another mother's wedding dress. So first off, she sent the dress to me in the mail. She is out of state. The bride wants the dress to be mermaid style. I am going to take the skirt off and put a mermaid style skirt on. I printed off a PDF pattern of a mermaid style wedding dress with a long train, and I started to lay out the papers, and I'm just working from there. I'm gonna tape it together and then make a mock-up out of cotton. So I'm laying out my pieces and I still have this big stack. So we have a long way to go. It's not a big deal. I eventually made it and it's all taped together. I cut it out. I had all of my pieces together and then I pulled out a bunch of scrap fabric that I've been saving for this very thing. Chopped the top off here because this was on the top and it was a full dress, but I am chopping the skirt off and using that pattern. So I have it on the mannequin and it looks really dumpy. I know because it's the wrong fabric. This mannequin doesn't model it well. However, she is coming tomorrow and these little wings in the hips, we'll see if those need to be taken out, if the waist fits. Fitting is today. I'm super excited. However, there's a few things that I want to do before she gets here. It's an early morning. Everybody in my house is still sleeping, but I want to get a head start. The original dress sitting here and I put the crinoline underneath. And here she is trying on the actual skirt and it fit perfect except for a few modifications that I had to make, but I decided to cut it out of the actual fabric that I'm going to use and just transfer the minor modifications that I had to make to the pattern. So that is where I added the waist there. And now it is time for the plunge to take the skirt off. Vintage dresses are constructed a lot simpler than today, so it was very easy to take this off. And there it is. Took the plunge and a skirtless dress, as I would say. Absolutely lovely. As you can see, the mannequin totally loses its shape. The true test is when she tries it on. So we're gonna try and add some layers while she's here. Here I'm cutting off the lace from the skirt just to cut this top one off because it's just gonna take too long and it doesn't really matter that I lose a ½ inch anyway. We have the lace cut out and we're gonna experiment with it. She came back after having lunch to try on the skirt and the top together to see if she liked the combination and it was superb. So we talked about adding some layers of lace. I had to be very productive within one day and this was very educational for me to figure out how to use my time wisely, and it worked out perfectly. She's gone back home and now I'm playing around with the lace and going to put them around the train. But the next step is to take the sleeves off of the dress because they're fitted at the wrist and they're puffy up top, but I have to blend those two pieces so that I can cut out a long enough piece to make a fitted sleeve. So here you can see I'm blending the lace. I'm cutting it out with the flow of the pattern and then I'm pinning it together and I'm gonna hand stitch them together into one piece. Here I'm stitching with the design of the flower. I'm literally just going on the edges of the flower where the fabrics actually meet, and I have a large piece of netting behind it to keep the whole sleeve together. Then I use that large piece of fabric and cut out the actual sleeve that I plan on using. I have this sleeve finished here. As you can see, this is the original sleeve and I blended the lace over here and you can't see where the seam is. Onto the skirt, I'm adding a layer of netting over the actual skirt so that I can attach the lace. And here I am basically just attaching a bunch of layers to the skirt, layer upon layer, and I'm having to fit it around the curves, which was a little bit challenging, but I had to cut off a lot more lace. And I just basically started pinning up where it looked right. Now, I had to do a lot of blending where the lace came together in the back. So basically I just cut with the print of the flowers and pinned them together or pinned extra pieces. And I continue to do that down to the train. Now this was key, blending the lace, because the train has a lot of curves, changes in direction. So I had to pleat the lace in the back. And then I took the pleat apart and I cut it with the pattern of the lace. And I overlapped it so it looked like it was blending the lace so that it wouldn't show. And then I hand stitched everywhere, which was in a lot of places. So the skirt is all hand stitched. The one last step that I need to do is just do a few threads of tacking down the lace to the skirt so that as she's walking, it doesn't go completely wonkers here. The next step is to sew the rest of the zipper back in. I left the zipper up here. I just need to reattach it to the skirt. Bodice is done. Now I'm roll hemming it and I added a bustle in the back and the dress is done. It's finished. It's ready to be worn and ready to be packaged up to her. I am super pleased with how this turned out. I never expected it to turn out like this. Sadly, I do not have videos of her actually wearing the dress. I really wanted to have pictures and videos. However, from the hurricane last year, it prevented her from having her wedding, so the wedding has been postponed, and the venue, I believe, was damaged due to the hurricane, so that naturally postponed the wedding. However, if you want to see a video of her wearing it or pictures, hit that subscribe button, like this video, especially if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time.